Indianapolis. My name is Kareem Hines. I am speaking to you on behalf of the New Boy, which is an acronym for New Breed of Youth, Mentoring and Youth Development Program. But I'm not here to talk to you today about New Boy. I wanted to talk to you guys about a great collective of providers, community partners that I am privileged to be a part of called the Indy Mentor Network. The Indy Mentor Network is a collective of men, women, who have come together, who are currently working with youth in our city, and we decided that we want to stop talking about it and we want to be about it. So we came together, we meet on a weekly, monthly, sometimes, daily basis to put events together that not only engage our youth, but also engage the families that we work with. Our network consists of providers such as mentors, behavioral specialists, therapists, teachers, principals, superintendents. It's a collective of concerned people who want to make a difference in our city, but not only a difference, but a positive impact, and to provide solutions for our families to put them on a better path to success. One of the main goals of the Indy Mentor Network is to collaborate on different events around the city that engage not only the youth, but their families. Our first event was called the 2018 Youth and Family Safe Summer Collaboration. That was an event sponsored by Arlington High School, where we got together and focused around bringing 10 teams of young men to play in a basketball tournament. The event was focused on a basketball tournament, but we knew that the families of those young men would come in numbers to support those young men and their families. So we decided, when we got a collective of people in the same environment, now let's touch them in other areas. So we got our provider network together. They came out, we had tables that provided families with different resources for the community, resources for their families, resources for their kids that they could participate in the summer in regards to summer day camps, mentoring programs, life skills programs. It was employment agencies that came out. And we basically took over Arlington High School. Great event. We had a dunk tank. IMPD participated in it. The Indiana Department of Child Services participated in it. We had other sponsors and collaborators such as family and community partners, the state attorney general's office, the governor's office. We had a lot of agencies that came together. Choices Inc. came in and worked alongside of us to create a great event. We took over the field. We had a track and field event where kids were able to just use the field for whatever kind of sports activities they wanted to do that day. We had food. We had a barbecue pit where families were able to come out and eat for free. Young men got free haircuts. Hot 96 came out and did a remote on site. So it was really a family picnic, a family cookout. And the goal of that was to get these young men and young ladies who were getting ready to be transitioned out of their normal high schools into other area high schools and be put into a situation where they had to coexist. So we thought, as the Indy Mentor Network, would be a great opportunity to get these young men and young ladies together before school, before the summer hit, to promote positivity, to promote fellowship, and to promote an environment of peace. Great event. After the success of that event, we had momentum. That momentum led us into the Guns Down, Gloves Up Youth Boxing Showcase. And this was an event that was, again, sponsored by the Indy Mentor Network and other supportive collaborators, where we got 25 young men from the various mentoring agencies and the community to come together over a 3-month process. During this 3 months, the young men were practicing boxing, learning the principles of boxing, again, learning how to defend themselves physically, but the magic happened during the mentoring sessions every Saturday, where we were teaching the young men how to defend themselves mentally. We talked about conflict resolution. We talked about personal accountability. We talked about the negative effects of drugs and the negative effect that guns are having on our community. So prior to the young men engaging into the sparring and training sessions, we engaged them in what we call a leader circle. So it was young men who woke up every Saturday morning to train and to box. But before we got in touch with them physically, we got in touch with their mentor. And we had, again, a bunch of different mentoring agencies, strong men who came out on Saturday morning to pour into these young men just the wisdom and the knowledge and the motivation and the encouragement to hopefully help them channel some of that aggression that they have and promote not guns, but put your hands up like we used to do in the old days, and fight, but do it in a nurturing environment where they were able to let out some aggression, but in an environment of peace an environment of I want to respect my opponent, and after we get this off our chest, it's done. And I guarantee you, all those young men that participated in the Guns Down, Gloves Up Youth Boxing Showcase woke up the next morning perfectly fine. And we all know with the crime rate and the violence rate in our city increasing by the year, some of our young men that we work with on a daily basis are not waking up. So we are tired of being a part of the problem, because if you're not a part of the solution, you're part of the problem. We're tired of talking about it, and our motto is don't talk about it, be about it. We have a hashtag that we wanted to go viral called Not Mine. We cannot and we will not touch and save every family, every young person in the city. But what we can say personally is the system won't get mine. The streets won't get mine. The school to prison pipeline will not get mine. And not mine, that hashtag, it's personal. It can mean your child, your nephew, your niece, your aunt, whatever. But if we all took personal accountability and said, not mine, now we have to create a solution. Our solution are these events such as the 2018 Youth and Family Safe Summer Celebration, the 2018 Youth Boxing Guns Down, Gloves Up Youth Boxing Showcase that we did at Washington High School. Big shout to Washington High School, Principal Stan Law, Officer Eli Johnson, and the staff people over at Washington High School that allowed us to come into their building, set up a boxing ring, and engage these young men in a boxing tournament. Again, it was a platform for these young men to be heard and to let some much needed aggression, out in a constructive environment. Again, surrounded by men who were able to help them channel this energy and this 3 months of training into this one day, which just turned out to be a huge success. And prior to that boxing tournament on Friday night, we had the Guns Down, Gloves Up Youth Award Ceremony. And that afforded the opportunity for the young men's parents and families to come out and support them and acknowledge them and then applaud them for that 3 months of hard work. Those young men were able to get up on Saturday morning and sacrifice their time, sacrifice their normal routine for something constructive and something structured. We want to make sure we applauded them. So their families were able to come out again at a dinner sponsored by various providers in the community, attended by the State Attorney General's office. Big shout out to the State Attorney General. Thank you for allowing your staff to come out and support the young men that night. But we ate dinner. The young men received awards. We gave awards to our community partners, and we also acknowledged the young men's families, because we cannot help these young people in the city if we don't reach out to their families and make sure that they acknowledge and make sure that they know they appreciate it. So we're going to continue to keep moving in the right direction. Our activities, our events are only going to get bigger. Please look out for us on Facebook, all social media outlets, Indy Mentor Network. I want to give a big shout out to the Indy Mentor Network. We got the Laser Project. We got Vantage Point, Child and Family Community Services. We got the Inner Beauty Program. We got the New Breed of Youth Mentoring, Youth Development Program. We got Urban Initiatives. We got ATAP on deck with Ms. Deidre Lloyd and her staff. And we're looking to bring in more people to the Indy Mentor Network, because we know collectively what kind of difference we can make. Thank you. See you soon.
Hey, my name is Jack Thomas. I'm the director of Laser Project. For about the past year and a half, I've been lucky to be a part of a special group right here in the city of Indianapolis known as the Indy Mentor Network. We came together in 2017. A bunch of providers from different agencies just saw the need to continue to help youth as well as focus on family engagement. Over the past year, we've had some successful events. Started in 2018 in the summer with the Safe Summer program. The goal of that was to get children all around the city in the same place right before the summer, to focus on having a safe summer, having a good time, but to show them that we can do this if we all come together. And recently, we just had the Guns Down, Gloves Up boxing event. That definitely was a great success. Some young men had the opportunity to get inside the ring, 1 3-minute round, just had the opportunity to fight, get it off their chest, but did it in a respectful way. The night before that was a great dinner where the families had the opportunity to come out. Every participant was recognized that night, as well as there was a follow-up event a couple of Saturdays after the Guns Down, Gloves Up with those young men who were involved. They had the opportunity to go out and have some more fun. And so we just look to continue to do more things like this to engage the community, let people know, hey, it's not about my particular agency, it's not about yours, but as a whole, we can come together and still make some noise right here in the city of Indianapolis. With a lot of the crime rates and the things that the teens are going through, every agency and person involved has their niche, but when it all comes down to it, we working with the same kids and the same families. And so we just want to continue to do great work right here in the city. So continue to look out for us. Stay tuned. We'll have more events coming up, and please join us. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Crystal Hines, the President and CEO of the Inner Beauty Program. I am very fortunate to be a part of the Indy Mentor Network so that we can integrate our young ladies into a much bigger and broader scale of activities and events that go on across the city. We at Inner Beauty serve young ladies ages 8 to 18, where we work on character development, life skills, and what a virtuous young woman is. And so through the Indy Mentor Network, what we've been able to do is participate in two pretty large citywide events. One was our Safe Summer celebration, and the other one was the boxing tournament. With the young ladies, they didn't have such a big role in the two events so far, but just their presence alone was enough. For the Safe Summer celebration, the young ladies were able to meet other young ladies in the community, bond, work on sisterhood. They got to participate in all of the events that went on that day, and even have mini basketball clinics in the small gym at Arlington High School. And so they were pretty excited about that. There was so much positivity in the atmosphere that the young ladies just wanted to be included in any way possible. For the boxing tournament, there were no young ladies that were actually boxing, but we did have a few that wanted to participate in the fighting words competition. They didn't get on stage because they were very bashful, but they did turn in pieces of poetry that would highlight how they feel about the violence in the community. Again, we are very excited and privileged to be a part of the Indy Mentor Network because it gives our young ladies so much more to do on a very big citywide scale where they get to know other young people, participate in positive activities, and just really merge into the positive culture that we are trying to create within the city.
I'll start out by saying this first. The history that's here. So we're going to start from the beginning. We all started with New Boy. Right? New Boy, Kareem Hines, who's the owner of New Boy. Kareem probably might have been the greatest talent ever in the city of Indianapolis when you come to mentoring. This is only a small portion. We got Tone, we got Fletch, we got Sid, we got Jay Mills. It was a whole bunch of talented dudes down there, obviously among himself. So with that being said, we all kind of branched off, end up doing our own agencies. But to the point of the Indiana Mentor Network, a collaborative effort in making sure we stayed together, we end up coming back together, which we should have always been that way anyway. So
that's what I like about it, the opportunity of us coming back together. Something I always think about is our Wednesday night groups at Rhodes Park, and I don't think people really understand that.
Yes. Ramon turned me on to that.
We had 50 or 60 boys in one area for 2 or 3 hours without an issue or a problem. And then we had various breakout sessions during that time where, 6 or 7 boys would go to each station, but we had did they try? Yeah. But we was on it. But to have that many, you had lions, tigers, and bears all in one area. Probation, whatever a child's background may be. But we had them there, but it was a pleasure. You look forward to coming to group. And the goal was, sometimes you didn't have a car big enough, but you wanted to get as many boys as you could. So you call somebody, man, can you get so-and-so? But that was
trying
there.
To help.
And that's something that I always think about.
Ramon turned me on.
That kind of laid the foundation for, the collaborative effort, showing how many different branches or different people coming from different entities being able to come together to be able to manage and have that collective impact on that many kids that come from all these different backgrounds. Be able to bring them together like that.
Ramon,
that was phenomenal.
I remember when you told me. He told me about he came. I was working at another place. He came. He said, "Hey man, I just left this spot. Remember you came, told me. He said, hey, you gotta come down here, man. This is something I know you fit you." So Kareem from New York, I'm from Philly. These two guys, Jack and Ramon, they from Indy. So we talking about a collaboration not only just of men trying to help young men out from different areas, different parts of the country. We got the Midwest, we got the East Coast involved, with this. With that being said, we all got the same problems and issues that we dealing with a lot of these young kids around the country. So the beautiful thing for us is we all passionate. We all passionate about this. This is something that, we breathe it, we eat it. And I'm not saying that just for the camera. Me and Kareem chop it up on a daily basis. And it could be late at night. It could be early in the morning. Kareem will send these texts at 3 a.m. about something to do with work. Me and Jack chop it up on a regular basis. Me and Ramona worked together for like 9 years, and we stay on the phone at 2 o'clock in the morning sometimes. So talking about things, our minds just racing. We come up with an idea and we thinking like, hey man, how can we implement this? Just wanting to do something, man, to try to make a difference, because somebody did it for us.
No doubt.
Definitely. And that's why it made sense, for us to come together for the Indiana Mentor Network, because of the impact and how many just examples that we have to be able to have that. It's a really good thing. It's a beautiful thing.
Some really talented people, though. I can say this personally. Kareem energy is ridiculous. Jack is the quiet assassin. He ain't gonna say too much words, but his actions will speak for himself. Ramon is the hypnotizer. He literally. I've seen him work with kids where he can talk a kid down, not putting his hands, even moving his hands up high above his shoulders, anything, hands in his pocket the whole time. With that being said, the stuff we do is not easy work at all. Some people dilute what we do, try to dilute some of the stuff, some of the impact that we have. And I say this not in arrogance, but in confidence. There's a lot of people that can't do what we do.
It takes a special person, and what you're saying that you have to have this in your heart. I'll be the one that said it don't matter your degree or school, anything that you went to. This is something, because your brain don't turn off. So when he's saying 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, now that's real. There's times I know I'm not even sleeping good because I'm thinking about what I'm supposed to wake up and do the next day. Or I need to call so-and-so, mom, I didn't check on him. So your mind's constantly racing, wondering, what can I do? Because these kids are losing their lives at an enormous rate.
And with the boots on the ground.
Come on, man.
So egos out the door. We need more.
That's it.
We need more. We need more mentors. We need more.
This will grow.
Men, man, and
More men.
And collaboration, and not everybody doing it in their own pocket.
Right. Yeah,
the nature of mentoring, the old school way of mentoring is over, and we're tired of talking about it, and we want to be about it. So we're coming together with the Indy Mentor Network. There's a lot of people that are part of our direct network and indirect network that are not in this circle, they're not a part of this conversation, but they impact what we do. But we need more, because as Jack stated, as we all stated in our own special way, we're losing our young men and our young ladies.
Yes.
And as a man, you could be black, white, Hispanic, Asian, Indian, whatever racial background, ethnic background you come from, if you're a man and you're not giving back in some kind of way every day, if you're not giving back, what are you doing? What kind of legacy are you leaving? What kind of legacy are you leaving? And we want to make sure with our programs, man, that we come together as one collective fist and knock this door down. I know that when we get together, as they talked about with the different upbringings that we've had, with the different programs and the different experiences and the different perspectives that we bring to the table, we have nothing but positivity and power that we're able to give to these boys. So we're looking for more. We're looking for more men. We're looking to do more events. We're looking to collaborate in a conventional but unconventional way to reach these boys. The old traditional way does not work. We're not trying to have these young men meet us up here. We're okay with coming down here and uplifting our boys. And I think with this collective group and our sub-collective groups that we're using as resources or that we're connected to, we can make an impact.
And with that being said, please know it does not matter about race or location. Inner city, suburbs, the thing about it, we could go around this circle and talk every race of kid we've had on our program. It is the same issues and problems across this city, state, nation. So that part does not matter. Do not exclude yourself based upon that. We need all the support and the help that we can get. As Kareem stated, come out, join us. More collaboration. We're here.
I want to shout out to Inner Beauty. Make sure we recognize that we're talking about the men, and we're all men obviously sitting here, but we got some ladies doing some great things.
Yes.
Inner Beauty with Crystal Hines, Deidre with ATAP, who's doing great things, and one of the guys who's been a very significant part in being a part of this, who's a clinician, is Bawana. And I don't remember Bawana's last name.
Bawana Clements,
Okay.
Urban Initiatives.
Okay.
Mr. B.
I want to definitely make sure we say that as well, because he touches on a part that is pretty much taboo in a lot of communities, especially in African American communities, when it comes to clinical work. And
Yes,
he's been invested, I mean, from the beginning, you know. So we want to make sure we put those out there. And like Kareem said, we want more. Like I mean, I can't speak for everybody else, but I think we all kind of agree. We would love for this thing to be like really big, to where the point where people say, "Hey, Indiana Mentor Network, we got over 1,000 mentors. Like you need help. You ain't got to ask where you can get it from. You can just say, hey, pick up the phone, go online, and hey, we need help, and you got it, just like that.
No doubt. Good.
Yeah.
Bring it
Yes,
in.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.